I'm State Representative Brett Hulsey. I'm a Democrat from Madison, representing the West Side. I've also been a county official for the last 13 years. I'm on the Dane County Board and was chair of our Personnel and Finance Committee for 4 years. What you just heard was unadulterated, complete nonsense. Folks, please close the doors. First of all, in that tape, he promised to pay back his donor to do union busting, just like you pointed out. It's absolute union busting. Second of all, this so-called budget despair measure. I've been up here for a week. I can talk over this, so it's like, okay, I'm sorry about that, but again, they're trying to disrupt you hearing us, the other side of the story, once again. So the budget despair bill that we have right now, according to our nonpartisan fiscal bureau, does not have to happen. We do not have a budget emergency in this state except the one that he is creating by creating union busting, and he's also got, he says he's dealing with the problems. The $165 million of refinancing that he says he has to do, would you tell those folks to cut it out, please? The $165 million refinancing he's doing costs us almost $30 million next year. That's an 18% cost. He is kicking the can down the road worse than any other former governor. 2 years ago, Governor Doyle had a much worse situation and had a much... Those are my people. I wish they'd be quiet. So then on the power plant issue, the whole idea of selling your power plants is crazy. That's like selling your heater at home to your oil company tycoon, who he thought he was talking to on the telephone, and then when it gets cold, what does the oil company tycoon do? They jack up your rates. And I've got 3 amendments I'm going to be offering on that. Again, we do not have to be here. He is acting like a dictator, not a leader. And he is wanting to, as you heard in the tape, the guy's a megalomaniac. I mean, he's comparing this to the PATCO strike that Ronald Reagan used to break the backs of the national union movement. That's what he wants to do. So I'll take any questions. I'll try. I'm sorry, I have not had a shower. I've been on the floors for about a day and a half and had about an hour's sleep.
How long can this dispute last? Can it go on for months?
This dispute can go on forever. The senators have given us vital time to fight this tyrannical rule that we're seeing here. It's the tyranny of the majority. The senators are very brave for doing what they're doing. We're staying on the assembly, and we're prepared to introduce a number of amendments.
Go on for months?
We're prepared. I brought my sleeping bag, so I'm better prepared for tonight than I was last night. We're not filibustering. We are introducing amendments. For instance, this morning we spent about 60 minutes on the amendment to deal with...
You can say it's not filibustering, but I mean, the fact is you have 200 amendments. I watched you for 8 hours yesterday debate whether to refer it to committee. You can do committee referrals as long as you want.
Yes, we can.
How long do you expect to be on the floor debating?
I have my sleeping bag, and I have about 3 days of food right now. But we can order more. So.
Speaker Fitzgerald said he's been negotiating with Democratic leaders about trying to get something done by tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking. I mean, obviously, they're frustrated. They're having to actually sit down and read the bill, which is, in this 6-week special session, this is one of the first bills they've had to actually sit down and read. I mean, they've actually passed stuff where we've had to read the measures. One thing they did gave nursing home abusers a pass. They said it didn't do that. We had to read the part of the bill that actually said that. So we're trying to read parts of the bill to them so they understand what they're really voting for.
Representative, a lot of people on both sides of the aisle at this point are angry that this has become somewhat of a circus. And I think by the fact that you're here taking over the governor's news conference as he walks out, people are going to agree with that. What do you say to people who want some sort of answer, some sort of resolution, some sort of discussion? It feels like just completely polar sides. Is there any way
2 or 3, last week the union said they would sit down and negotiate in good faith. Again, we're dealing with a dictator, not a negotiator. True leadership is sitting down and negotiating. We asked, as all members of the Democratic Assembly, to sit down with him. He wouldn't meet with us. I mean, I came over here today. This is the closest we've been able to get to him. But again, he won't sit down and have a conversation with, because as you heard on that tape, he's not interested in coming up with a compromise, sitting that, which is why the senators had to go to Illinois.
Did the caucus listen to the entire tape today?
Yes.
And what was the reaction?
The reaction was absolute outrage.
What part of the tape was outrageous?
To me, the part at the end where he said, come on out to California, let's fly on out to California. I mean, I know the Koch brothers. I've seen their handiwork in this state for a long time. They poured, hundreds of thousands of dollars into to buy these elections.
But he did say he was booking the trip. If someone wanted to vote with you, you would say, sure, nice idea as well, would you not?
I don't talk to billionaires. I'm sorry, David. They don't call me on the phones.